This is Evergreen. She is one of the lesson horses I ride here in Korea. I like to start off by curry combing. All the horses here, they don't usually get this because I had to buy my own curry comb and bring it from the US. So it helps get the mud out and stuff. Then I take the hard brush and try to get everything else out and make sure they're all nice and clean before I ride. So after I'm done brushing them, I like to take a good bit of time cleaning out their feet. The horses here in Korea do not have the best feet. There tends to be a lot of thrush in their feet, and the shoeing job is not what I would like to have for my own personal horse, but these are not my horses, so I don't get a vote on that. This left forefoot is absolutely atrocious. I'll put a picture in later when I'm treating it with betadine after my ride. So after I finish brushing and picking out their feet, I'm going to start tacking up. All the horses here in Korea get a gel pad on first. I have never actually used a gel pad with my own personal horse, so I don't know if you're supposed to put this on before the regular saddle pad or not. So, but this is the way they have it done in Korea. Then you're going to see here, I grab the half pad before I grab the regular saddle pad. So I have to go back and fix that. When I put on the pads, a lot of horses here are pretty sensitive, so I like to pat it, make sure it's all even, make sure they're comfortable with it. And here we're going to see that one of the grooms of the barn decided to help me, which I don't usually like, but they decided that they needed to do it because Evergreen is really cinchy and doesn't seem to like a lot of people, although she likes me, which is why I get to ride her. But either way, they're going to cut here because I don't actually do the whole saddling up, and we spend a ton of time trying to find her cinch, so there's that. Next, we actually lost her bridle, so the groom had to help me find it. I'm not super great at reading Korean, so needed help with that. And Evergreen was pretty good about letting me put her bridle on. Her bit has a very big diameter, and while she did open her mouth, it wasn't wide enough to accommodate the bit, so we took a little bit of finesse here to get it on. She was really good though. Other than that, let me easily put her ears in. Always try to pull her ears forward because that's supposed to be nicer for them. And she has no bridle path, so that took a little bit of work there too. All the horses here in Korea are ridden with a neck stretcher on. I do not like this particularly, but I'm not allowed to take it off because, again, it's not my horse and I don't have any authority over what tack they use on them. So next I'm going to be putting some boots onto Evergreen's legs. I don't think every horse needs to wear boots all the time, but a lot of horses here in Korea seem to have conformation issues, and I'd rather put the boots on than have them accidentally interfere with themselves and hurt themselves. So this is after our ride. It's going to be mostly the same process but in reverse. So here I'm taking off her martingale and bridle. She actually didn't want to let go of the bit at first, which may be because it's so big that she didn't want to open her mouth that wide. But she's very quiet, didn't go anywhere when she wasn't haltered. I'm going to pull off the saddle and the girth. Her saddle does fit her pretty well for one of the saddles here in Korea, but she has a pretty flat back for a thoroughbred, so it does tend to slide. So I'm trying to see if I can do anything to fix that, because she gets pretty irritated once it slides. I'm then going to start brushing her. Apparently, Evergreen is pretty out of shape, which makes a lot of sense after our ride because she doesn't seem to like a lot of people, which I was unaware of because she's never had an issue with me, but I guess that's why I'm getting to ride her, because she likes me. So I feel pretty blessed with that, because I always like it when animals like me, obviously. In case it's confusing, the reason she hasn't been being ridden lately is due to the fact that she doesn't like people usually. So therefore, I haven't been having people ride her because she doesn't like them and therefore behaves poorly around them. I don't know why she likes me. I just try to be calm and nice and gentle with all the horses, and she's never shown any signs of not liking me, so I'm very happy that I get to work with her. So now I'm going to go on to do her feet. Her feet are really bad, admittedly. I put betadine in her feet to make sure it starts working on some of the thrush. I'm going to try to get something stronger to help with it, but there's only so much I can do because I'm not a farrier and I'm not authorized to shoe these horses, even if I was. So there's all I can do is try to treat the thrush and do a good job of cleaning out their feet before and after every ride. So here I'm going to put a picture of this front foot after I finish picking it out, so you can see just how bad it is. Honestly, I've never seen a foot like this, and if this was on my horse, my farrier would be getting fired, but that's just my opinion. As you can see, I'm spending a lot of time on this foot. The frog is in pretty bad shape, and the sulcuses are really deep with a lot of dead, gross material down in there that I'm trying to clear out. As you can see here, it's just not what you'd want on a healthy horse's foot. And so I'm going to go on to do her last foot. She is a little stiff on the back end, so she's not overly happy with picking up and holding her feet for me. So I try to do the back feet a little faster. Luckily, they're not as bad as that left forefoot. Then I'm going to brush out her mane. Her mane does not like to stay on just one side, but we try. Well, with the exception of the little bit down by her withers, since that's fairly determined to stay where it's going to stay. Then I'll do her tail. I try not to brush horses' tails all that often, but seeing as these horses maybe get it brushed once a week, I don't see a big issue with it. Then I'm going to take her for a little walk. So thank you for watching my video. I hoped you enjoyed it, and if you would be nice enough to like, comment, or subscribe, I'd be very appreciative. Thank you.